Hey guys, this is Rajesh and I'm the Senior Manager of Marketing for Data Dynamics. You might have heard my colleague last week. She was speaking about the advantages of companies moving their data to the cloud and how that affects the carbon emissions, in particular carbon emissions, and how we should all be cognizant about all the carbon emissions these days and how organizations can take the necessary steps in order to ensure that they contribute in order to eliminate and reduce the carbon emissions to as much as they can. And one significant part of that is moving their data to the cloud. Now, sounds fancy, but what exactly is moving the data to the cloud? Right? So moving data to the cloud refers to the process of transferring and storing digital information such as files, databases, applications, or even entire systems from the local storage devices which is present on their premises to remote servers and data centers, which are usually managed by cloud service providers. Now, these cloud service providers can be Google Cloud Platform, can be Azure from Microsoft, or Amazon. So rather than hosting and managing the data locally, organizations or individuals rather can leverage the infrastructure, the resource, and the services which are offered by these giant cloud service providers to store, process, and access the data over the internet. Now, when the data is moved to the cloud, it is typically uploaded or transferred from the local environment to the cloud provider's infrastructure. So that frees up the space which is taken up by the data servers on the local clients or the local companies. Now, this is done via an internet or a dedicated internet network connection. The data is then stored on the provider's servers, which are often distributed across multiple locations, and that's primarily done for redundancy and high availability. Now, you might have heard in the last call about primarily cloud storage benefits in terms of reducing the carbon emissions. Well, apart from that, there are multiple other benefits which cloud data storage provides. Some of them are primarily scalability. Cloud storage allows for easy scaling of the storage capacity. Users can increase or decrease their storage resources based on their needs, thus eliminating the need for having physical infrastructure in place. Now, that's pretty much critical to note that they don't need to have any kind of physical infrastructure in their environment. So that kind of reduces their carbon footprint, and that's how they can contribute in order to help the environment. Coming to the benefits, another key benefits is accessibility. Data stored in the cloud can be accessed anywhere with the help of an internet connection, right? So the users can modify, they can share their data, they can retrieve their data from various locations and devices. Cost effectiveness, cloud storage eliminates the needs for organizations to invest and maintain their own physical infrastructure. Instead, they can leverage these giant infrastructures on a pay-as-you-go basis. Thus thereby reducing their capital expenditures and operational cost. It's pretty reliable. Cloud providers often replicate data across multiple servers to ensure high availability and durability. This minimizes the risk of data loss to a lot. Collaboration, cloud storage enables easy collaboration and file sharing among all the team members. Multiple users can access and work on the same files simultaneously, thereby promoting productivity and teamwork. Now, these are just some of the benefits of cloud data storage. Now, coming back to the question which my colleague had asked, that how is it more carbon efficient rather as compared to a traditional data center? I'll tell you how. Number one, resource optimization. Cloud providers typically optimize their data centers by consolidating hardware resources and utilizing virtualization techniques. This consolidation allows for higher server utilization rates, reducing the overall energy consumption required to power and cool the servers, thus helping in reducing carbon footprint. Energy efficient infrastructure. These large or giant cloud service providers often invest in energy efficient infrastructure and data center designs. They employ advanced cooling techniques. They ensure server power management. Hardware innovations are done in order to minimize energy waste and maximize efficiency. These are certain things which other organizations whose specialty is not of cloud service, they may not necessarily do, right? Your and my organization may not necessarily think of this, but the companies like Amazon, like Microsoft, like Google, they think about all of these things. They think about how do we make it much more energy efficient. Then there is an economy of scale. Cloud providers operate large-scale data centers that can achieve economies of scale. By serving numerous customers and workloads on shared infrastructure, cloud providers can distribute energy consumption more efficiently rather than individual organizations running their own data centers. They adopt renewable energy. Many cloud providers are actively investing in renewable energy resources such as solar, such as wind power to power the data centers, which you and me may not do, right? So and if someone is already doing that, why not take advantage of that? And they also believe in a very dynamic resource allocation. Cloud environments allow for dynamic allocation of resources that is based on demand. This elasticity enables the scaling up and the scaling down of computing resources, thereby reducing the overall energy consumption, especially during the low demands, right? So there you have it. These are some of the ways by which the cloud service providers are much more carbon efficient as compared to the traditional organizations or the traditional data centers. I seriously hope you learned something new here and you had fun learning it. If you have any questions or any queries which you want us to answer, shoot us an email. The email address will be located down below. Do wait for a next episode of this conversation from my colleague, where we'll be talking much more about cloud adoption and how can organizations make themselves as carbon efficient as they can. Once again, this is Rajesh signing off. Have a great day. Bye-bye.